company. So we leverage and we work very closely with industry on one side and academia, and that's work is different. We couldn't have imagined AI will be taking over our lives so early. And what we work on is the problem statements which the industry has. Importantly, I think what is also we are doing is we are bringing the human and the technology together. I am Raja Dasgupta. I am the co-founder and executive vice president for a global workplace readiness company called Employability.live. We are a company which is owned by Federation University Australia, which is Federation University Australia is a 150-year-old public university based in a place called Ballarat, Victoria.
क्या मैं ये जान सकता हूँ कि आपका ऑर्गेनाइजेशन किस इंडस्ट्री में कैसे डील करता है?
We are a workplace readiness company, so we leverage and we work very closely with industry on one side and academia, and that's the reason we've come here today, because people are talking about the gap between academia and industry, and employability is the way forward. If you see our name, Employability.live, we are trying to do is that we are saying how do students become more employable for life so that they have a better extended career sustainability, not just focusing on job but focusing on career, because that's very important to become more ready for tomorrow, for the new workplaces. That's where we work on one side, the demand factor, which is industry, where we work very closely. And with industry, we take these learning forward. We work with industry and academia, where we work on work simulation and work with the university and take work simulation inside the curriculum.
So basically, you are offering training programs, courses, as well as employment.
So we don't provide training courses. What we provide is work simulation as a model. So we have experiential projects which are agile, and we go to a college and university, and we say that the training and the skilling part is what they do. What we can get as a competency to these universities and colleges are our capability to transform those training into much meaningful industry problem solutions through work simulation.
So, like whenever a startup company starts or scaling up, okay, then the thing is that the industry should be adaptable for that. Okay, like your brand should be adopted by the multiple organizations that you have collaborated with earlier. Okay, so may I know how you pitch them and how they are convinced with this kind of skill set, because it's totally new in this industry, right? You are making something different, so that's the reason I'm asking this.
We have to do different because the future of work is different. We couldn't have imagined AI will be taking over our lives so early. So what we bring in is that faster adaptability to this new world. What we say is digital economy. And so our proposition to universities and colleges are that we have a whole lot of industry experts within our ecosystem. And what we work on is the problem statements which the industry has and which will be more relevant to these future of work. We go to a university and we say that, well, you're teaching programming. What we are saying is we convert that programming into much more meaningful solution for the problems which industry has, and we'll make your student get into a much more virtual industry environment, solving a problem rather than sitting there and getting taught. The whole idea of getting taught is really going to disseminate right now and gradually move out of the so-called learning ecosystem. And we are trying to change this and use our framework to make the students learn differently.
Sir, it's literally nice to hear like you are like trying to making these kind of ecosystems where technology and the adoptions and the employment both are related to each other. There should be no lacking in there, no barrier in there. So it's glad to hear this kind of technology you are bringing. So this kind of skill set you are bringing. So it's such a great thing that you are doing in this.
Most importantly, I think what is also we are doing is we are bringing the human and the technology together. So our methodology or a framework, which we say, and our framework is called XPMC, Experiential Master Credentials. And that's how we work with industry on one side. The professional credits are given by industry. Academic credits are given by our partner university called Federation University. And the proposition is called XPMC. The framework, what we are trying to say is that bridges that kind of a gap where they connect and builds that ecosystem where industry, thought leadership, academia, learners, keeping the learners in the center of the stage, we are trying to ensure that the ecosystem is built up so that the students have a larger shelf life in their career.
Okay, just a simple question apart from that. Okay, how government's helping in this segment?
So right now our engagement, so we are already working with the government. We've spoken to AICTE with our proposition. We are already tied up. We are building up an assessment engine to work with the government so that at the first level, government is very supportive. So the new government is obviously, thanks to NEP 2020, all these what we are talking about is widely welcome. Like recently they've launched internship as a model. Is exactly that. How do you make the students work ready while they are a student so that when they are coming out of college, they are not a fresher on day zero? I think our proposition meets that kind of a approach of the government, where government is saying make them better employable while they are a student in the college, so that they don't have to waste time. Industries don't have to spend time on retraining them. We are exactly coming there and leveraging that kind of an approach of the government and saying that we can actually make a curriculum of a university much more robust in terms of work readiness, so that the students coming out of today's colleges and universities are better equipped for future of work.
Thank you so much for your insight and thank you so much for your time, sir.